Namaste, our beloved family of light. I have an urgent message to all of us since I've been asked the same questions by many sisters and brothers around the world, near and far. The question is, when and where can I find my true love? And every time I hear that, I have to be honest with my feelings that I feel a tinge of sadness and so much love for those sisters and brothers and the collective as a whole. I realize light workers like us have such tumultuous tasks ahead. Then, after a moment of silence and clarity in meditation, I remember that the easiest way to light up the truth for everyone is to be the living example, and that starts within ourselves first. So, here are my answers to that eternal question, and I hope you might resonate with some of them at the cellular level. So, before I dive deeper into the answer, I'd like to say something. I completely understand that feeling of loneliness when we're in this physical human body. The challenge is we all have to go through the seven veils of amnesia to forget who we truly are and to live under the illusions of being separate from source and oneness until we are spiritually ready to find our way back to true love and oneness. And as we do this, we remove each veil of amnesia until we achieve full enlightenment and that state of all knowing that we are never alone and we are always connected to Source Love. That being said, I understand how challenging it is to go through the earlier days of life and not knowing who we are. That indescribable and elusive longing to return back to Source Love makes it very difficult for many individuals to feel grounded and function properly on this earth plane. And this happens to many starseeds that I know of. Some resort to substances and different forms of addictions to escape this reality, unconsciously searching for that short boost of ecstasy, perhaps reminiscent of that source love. It is something that they still have no concept of what it is and have no words for it. And this is true for many cases of people experiencing near death experience where they cross to the other side and they have a reunion with this with beautiful source, the all that is. And they would always describe this unconditional love and light and often refuse to return back to the body, even though it is not their time yet. And some even choose to change the soul contracts and exit this human game during their sleep earlier than what they had anticipated for this lifetime. I have to say that we all are very bold and brave souls to choose to come to Earth at this time. Growing up with the amount of indoctrination by religions and mainstream medias with confusing messages that we are only complete and lovable if we look certain way on the physical facade or speak with certain accents or have a certain amount of wealth and so on. And the list keeps going. And I see many are drawn to that spiral of illusion and become very detached from their higher self, which is that all loving and all knowing self of yours. So, here are some of the spiritual steps to reconnect with the true love that is always within us from what I have remembered so far. So, number one, we all need to purify all of our chakras, especially our sacral, which is slightly below our navel chakra, our belly button, and our heart chakra, through visualizing any low energetic cords to be removed from our auric field. When there are still lower energy cords in our energetic system, Our precious energy can get drained easily, and our emotional thought patterns can be easily manipulated by others. And not only that, our energy field becomes weaker and more vulnerable to even more lower frequency energy. And many of us might have physical intimacy with previous partners, and their energy and karmic cords might have been lodged into the auric field through the sacral or navel or the solar plexus or the heart, um, depending on which chakras that you feel more connected with that person. And this applies to all genders, whether we identify ourselves as female, males, or others. And our energy every day can be easily contaminated, as you can see. Therefore, daily thorough energetic cord cuttings and purifications through visualizations, invocations are very important so that our energy does not get influenced by lower energetic cords from others. And also be open to forgive and to let go of what no longer serves you, so that you and other parties are free to move on and progress to more advanced lesson. And this way we can truly connect with our emotion at a purer and higher frequency, so that we can connect better with our higher self, the all loving, the all knowing, or sometimes even the monad, which is the 12th dimensional aspect of ourselves. And for this connection to happen, our energy has to be pure, so that we can easily tune into that state of serene and contentment during relaxations. And this leads us to number 2, which is spend time to relax deeply in nature and in solitude, to contemplate, to think for yourself. And in these moments of deep relaxations, meditations, angels, ascended masters, and guides can better transmit their messages to us without any interference of the ego. And you can regain that peace, clarity, and moments of enlightenment, and ultimately true love, the type of unconditional and transcendent love for all beings. And as you develop this spiritual routine and becomes your natural state of being, you start embodying and embracing true and pure transcendent love. It's a type of love beyond the illusions of the physical. And this is a very evolved state of love consciousness. This is when you radiate that frequency of higher love, that none of the confusing messages or any low frequency content from mainstream pop culture can reach you. And as your energy becomes purer, high frequency, you also learn to attune to your own truth. And you remember that love always starts from within. And that is self love, which is our number 3. Prioritize self care. You can start by purifying your water. Drink purified water, free from heavy metals, fluoride, or chlorine. And you treat yourself with delicious home cooked meals using organically grown ingredients. And some of us even have homegrown fruits and vegetables, or practice permaculture at home to be more self sufficient. And when you truly care and love for yourself, your sacral chakras, slightly below your navel, rises in frequency and become golden pink. And when this happens, it sends out a loving frequency that attracts other individuals who truly care and love themselves too. And when two parties in surplus of true and nurturing love within themselves come together, there's a higher chance of a fulfilling and high frequency relationship, whether it's romantic or not, depending on your soul contract. And you also find so much joy, peace, and love within yourselves naturally in everything around you, including the plants and the animals, which leads us to number 4, which is either adopting a pet or spending time caring for animals because they can miraculously open your heart to unconditional love. We know that animals are dominantly right brain creatures and they're really loving beings. They're intuitive without any egoic judgment like humans. And they come here with many spiritual lessons to teach humans. And many of them, including dogs, carry the golden ray of Christ to fill you with unconditional love and joy. So, whenever you are ready, consider spending more time with animals or adopting one or many when you feel you're ready to open your heart to true love again. At the end, you will see that whatever we do, it is all about learning how to love again, to remember who you truly are, because love is your true essence. And what is the best way to find true love? When you finally remember it's always within you. Learn to love yourself first. Those are my answer to that eternal questions. And I hope so far you feel some resonance deeply on your cellular level or somewhere in your heart. And maybe start practicing some of them. Once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning in. As always, so much love, blessing, and gratitude. Namaste.